In addition to the standard reporting available in IQ, there's an additional product called IQ Business Intelligence. This operates through a web browser and will take you to a number of data models where you can go and have a look at your data presented in a very unique format. Here you will be able to go and view data in a graphical format with full drill down capabilities right through to your detailed transactions. So for example, we could go and choose a product like cement, and as you click in one screenshot, it updates elsewhere. It tells you which department it's allocated in, gives you sales stock figures currently, and it gives you a performance graph over the last 12 months. If you wanted to have a look at only 3 months of a specific year, it would give you that information. To reset that, you press the eraser and it'll update it back to the previous graphs that you're looking at. If you wanted to look at a different set of years, you could then go and select a different set of years, and it would change the data that you view on screen, as well as changing the data in the various grids. If we go back and have a look at this year and last year, there we will see how the data is currently tracking and how this product is specifically performing. You can move across to the different tabs and have a look at the stock holding. It'll give you some indication there as to the detail of your stock, which supplier it's being supplied from. If you go to your stock movement, you need to select 1 year here. Let's take last year for example, and here you'll see the performance over the 12 months, basically how the stock was being purchased and how the stock was selling, with a summary of transactions on the right hand side. If you go across to your customers, you can now see by customer how these items have been selling over the year and whether they're, take 2 years there, 2012, 2011, whether there's an increase or a decrease. You can go and have a look at it by quantity and see the number of units that we're actually selling to the various customers. If you went to the suppliers, you will then see the information relating to this specific product, cement, and that supplier. If you cleared the selection there with, if you go back to stock valuation and you clear your selection here with regards to the product, and you go to the supplier screen, it then changes everything and you'll now get all your suppliers. You can go and have a look at it by value and you can sort it. So I want to see this specific supplier and see what I've been doing with them, or go back to your valuations. You can see where your stock on hand is, by product. Here you can have a look at it by department. You can then go and select your department paint. It'll now give you all your different products and your sub departments. You can say for example go and have a look at Polvin. I want to specifically look at Polvin, and it updates as you move through that. You want to clear that selection for Polvin, and you want to clear that selection for paint. So for example, I want to look at your electrical department, and it updates as you go through. And you want to look at cable, gives you a couple of cables there. If you go to the supplier screen, it'll now show you that you have stock from a couple of different suppliers. You can go and look at your customers and see which customers are purchasing that, and it's very interactive. And as you move through the different tabs, you can see your data presented in different formats. If you go to the transaction page, you get a detailed listing of every single transaction that's happening here. You can for example say I want to only look at invoices. It'll give you a filter just on the invoices. If you select adjustments, it'll give you just your stock adjustments that have taken place. If you go to your parameters, it shows you all the different parameters that have been selected that are currently in force on the data that you're looking at. You go back to your stock valuation, it says something is not right here, I can't see what I'm having a look at. You can go to your parameters and It's possibly because of the parameters that have been selected there. You press the clear button and it resets everything. You can now again go and make a new selection and start looking through your data in various different ways. The benefits of this is that you can very quickly drill down to items that are either doing extremely well or doing extremely poorly, and thus manage the exceptions that are existing within your business.